All right. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. I've asked Councilman Pryor to lead us in prayer and pledge. If you please stand.
All right, let's pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you now to thank you for today. We thank you for another month, another week, another day, another year. We just pray for wisdom and discernment in regards to the business set before us. And we also pray for everything going on in our own country, a lot of the animosity between folks, and Lord, the many different narratives that are going on. I do pray that truth would win and that your name would be glorified in the midst of it. I pray this in the name of our Savior Jesus. Amen. Amen. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. We'll go ahead and get roll call, please.
Lamar,
Here.
Shropshire,
Here.
Bradshaw, Brashears,
Here.
Brown,
Here.
Trammell,
Here.
Brown,
Here.
Smith.
Here.
All right, we have no petitions from the audience. We'll go ahead and get on into our department head reports. Again, report from the building inspector, sum it up. 55 paid inspections, 24 additional inspections with contractors and with MUB. They've been working on some abatement issues. One pretty hefty project that they've been working on Park Street. Also, plans for additions and outbuildings for some of the homes that we've got. And then, of course, the homeowners and contractors that are needing information and information on zoning, so. Johnny?
I really didn't have a whole lot to report other than the snowstorm went a little better than what we was expecting. We got about the right amount of totals that we thought, but I don't know if it was because it was the weekend or what. The snow was a little more gritty, whatever the case may be, but we wound up getting fortunate not to have a big disaster to have to deal with. People was pretty good about staying in. We did have some that we had to go get stuck in the center median or whatever, but all in all, it went really well. We had several meetings leading up to the event that Chief Cantrell put together, and it really helped us be prepared for it, I think. So, do you guys have any questions about anything? I think we're going to try it again here in a couple of weeks, I guess, so we'll see what happens.
All right. All right, thank you. Chief Young?
I'm like Johnny, we made it through the weather, so I'm happy. Guys did good. We got to our EMR, EMT refreshers, so we're tracking right along like where we should be. Y'all have anything for me?
I got one. Why didn't they put that picture in the Facebook stuff where y'all were fighting out the polar bears and stuff like that about you and that switch?
Well, I don't have Facebook, and that's why I don't have Facebook. I don't know. But, yeah, I'll have to check in on that one for you, sir.
Yeah, I knew you run one off with a switch. I thought.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Golf?
Good evening, everyone. The golf course is really doing good. We just had a crazy good January, which is really unusual. So it was the best January I've ever seen. So it's doing really good. The guys are getting all of our equipment in really good shape. We're about 80% ready to go for the spring. So a lot of good maintenance going on there. And we've been doing some tree work, and we've caught some hogs out there. So getting rid of some hogs, which they do tear up a lot in a hurry. So we've got some events. I'll pass this out to everybody real quick. So this is our upcoming tournaments just for the first couple of months there. And
I got one. Okay.
you'll notice that 6 out of these 12 events are mainly for schools and kids. So that's good to see all those kids being able to get out there and participate. And so we're going to have a really busy summer again with events and tournaments, and so it's going to be really busy. So again, if you see like Wagner Special Olympics or the veterans, any of these events, please like and share. The more people we get it out to, the better it makes for the people hosting the tournament to be a success. But, I just can't believe how busy we keep being with this weather. We had one bad spell, but that really let us do a lot of work on our maintenance equipment, which we almost needed it. So, anybody have any questions for me? All right, come see us out there. Thank you.
Carrie?
I sent you guys our statistics. I changed things up a little bit because I thought it would be interesting to talk about how many materials, physical materials and digital materials we add to the library every month. And then I immediately regretted that decision when January's total was 23. So I talked to my staff. There's been some changes in the vendor market for books, and we're waiting on at least 4 orders to come in, so that's why we only added 23 items in January. But December was 181. And then for digital items, we're part of a consortium, so it's a big group of a lot of libraries. They added almost 3,000 items, but it's multiple copies of 200 and however many, 73 titles. Anyway, I thought that would be interesting, and you guys have access to Cassell, so if you want to see what our budget numbers look like, you can do that. Yeah, and then otherwise, we just have lots of programming coming up. We have our first family movie night is happening on Thursday at 6. They're going to show The Princess Bride. Autumn called me and said, this movie, or Princess Bride? And I said, Princess Bride, what are we doing? So we also have teen night the second Thursday of the month. Our third Wednesday is Right Good at Art Good. We had our first meeting there. We had 4 people come, which was really great. So we're hoping to build that community of anybody who just wants to get together with other writers and just write. Anyway, we're super busy and having a good time. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Did you talk about your murder?
No, I did not, sorry. Huge thank you to Mayor Zach Doyle and his lovely wife, Amanda.
That wasn't what I was hoping for.
I know, but I was on my list.
Fun we had.
It was on my list.
Okay.
So I had some circumstances that I could not commit to being at our murder mystery for the Friends group. And Zach and Amanda decided, I asked them and I said, please, will you host this? And they did a wonderful job. We had about 28 people come. We originally sold over 50 tickets, but then the weather made things weird. But everybody who came got really into it and had a really great time. We had 3 people guess the murderer. So it was good.
It wasn't me.
I was gonna say, who was it this year?
Well, I can't spoil that. I'm bound by the contract that I signed.
I meant the individual.
Oh, the individual?
Okay, if you could say, don't break any as your lawyer, don't break.
Right. I'll tell you later. Anyway, it was great. Thank you.
Do we have anybody from Parks? Is Frank out there? I know he was out of town the other day. No, I can give a quick little update there. They're working on that bathroom for the tennis courts. They've been doing a couple other little small projects, and then we did get the banners up for the people who have donated time and service so far for helping on that project. Yes?
I have to add that GRDA did give the grant for the ice machine.
Correct. It's about a $3,000 ice machine for that concession stand. It'll go in there, so that'll be awesome. The building has been ordered. As soon as it's in, we've got commitments to frame the inside. We've got commitments for plumbing and electrical. It's just a wonderful opportunity that the community's provided to us to come together and help with that. And so that'll be next. And then last night at the park board meeting, they were encouraged to create a subcommittee and begin investigating and looking into how they want to do lights at the park next year and take that endeavor on. I'll let you know that those lights are super expensive. Super expensive. We can talk about that later. All right. Police, animal shelter.
So in January, kind of the big deal was last night, and I mean, it rolled over in February, but we had that shooting on Orr Street. It's still an ongoing investigation, but somebody was shot multiple times, life flighted to Tulsa in a critical condition, but still kind of where it remains at that point in time. And once we get some more information, then we'll release it. But it's an ongoing investigation, so that one is currently being worked. We had crashes, the fog in January caused some crashes on 69, which it typically does anytime we have heavy fog roll in. We run into crashes out around 69, 69A, several out there, and then we had 35 inches of snow. That's a joke. We did have a lot of snow, it seemed like. Our guys got out, cleared the streets, so Buddy and them could stay at home and rest. And then IMI had a fire. I know BK missed that one, but we had the big fire at IMI over here across town. It was the middle of January, I believe. It was a pretty big one, got close to Brown and Brown. Destroyed that back area and several things that were inside the building. And then basically we're going to be working with the Highway Patrol Sunday for a DUI checkpoint that they're going to set up with us for Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to I met with them today. They're going to come down and kind of do a saturation patrol and a checkpoint. That's anything for me.
How bad was that wreck out at Carbide? I know I'll have to narrow it down for you a little bit, but that last one that involved like, what, 3 or 4 vehicles?
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, they were lucky. I mean, it was a truck that pulled out in front of another truck. And
The guy went to the hospital, but it wasn't
Minor injuries.
serious.
Definitely.
Everybody else walked away.
Yep. Becky? Well, I heard the shelter report.
It's pretty short and sweet, kind of depressing after the last couple of months. Our numbers, the intake is 46, and we only had 29 leaving the shelter. Kind of depressing, but we'll get there.
She did catch the groundhog.
Yeah, whatever. Somebody is a little out of control.
Anybody can hear this, please take AI away from Chief.
It knows her height, by the way. She just kind of
That was pretty freaky.
on the back tells her height.
It's like, wait a minute.
All right, thank you.
Any questions?
Becky, I've got a quick question. The pair of dogs that you all received back right before Christmas time, have they,
There was 2 of them.
right, the pair of the they're,
The guy that passed
yes,
away,
have they been adopted yet?
they left today.
Good.
What is even better is it's like National Golden Retriever Day, and one of those was a Golden Retriever. So
Awesome.
just haven't got a chance to make that post yet, but I will.
Good.
We've been playing with Cat GPT.
Thank you.
Mr. Rec Center.
Good evening. Well, today, pickleball, we have a pretty strong pickleball contingent. Y'all may know we got around 40 or so, and they compete around the country, actually, in different tournaments and so forth. And so they had a national championship a while back, and Kelly Trammell won it in her division, and there were 1,100 participants. And so today, they had kind of a special surprise recognition for her, and they're going to put a banner up in the gym there and all. So it's kind of neat to see that group. This is kind of their 4th anniversary as a organized group also. And so, it's a strong contingent, and they're trying to make things happen. It's a very close-knit group, and they get along real well. They tell me stories all the time. They travel together, stay together, weekends and these tournaments and all. So it's a nice thing, and representing our community and the rec center as well. We got through the cold almost unscathed. We did have a little incident with fire suppression, and one of the north door, the little deal popped and sprayed the floor pretty good, and so the mayor happened to be there, and our staff stepped in and got that all cleaned up, and the company came and fixed it that afternoon, so we really weren't down for any length of time, so that was good. Our membership is strong, 2,110 through January, so that's good. Another 2,000 hitting that mark. Our Token Cherokee Nation numbers are up a little bit. They're at 587, so we got a strong contingent there. We did have 10 pool parties, even though it was cold January, so that's good. One of the bigger things coming up is our 20th anniversary, and so that's going to be, the actual anniversary is the 15th of March, and so that's a Sunday, and we're going to do it that day. We'll have a reception type thing. It'll be 2:00 in the afternoon. It'll be open to the public, and we'll begin to publicize it more now that we're starting to get things organized on it. So you'll hear more about that as we go. And then we're also planning a health fair in June, early June, so that's just in the developmental stages. So got a few things going on, but we're just kind of plugging away. Finances are good so far, so we're happy with that. Any questions?
Thank you.
All right, good deal. Thanks.
Streets. We don't have a whole lot to report. Jeremy, I guess, giving him the credit for clearing all them streets and sidewalks for us. I mean, I'm really appreciate that. But no, that's what we've been doing. The guys, I think, have done a great job. Started Saturday morning at 6 o'clock, and we got that first wave, we got it all pushed up and plowed all pushed up, and then that next one hit, and there was another, I'm gonna say probably 3 or 4 inches more than that, and like I said, working on sidewalks. I mean, I think they've done a great job getting everything done. I know they've had some calls, complaints because we don't do side streets, residential streets. We're gonna let them know we used to do residential streets until we had all the complaints of not having their driveways cleared out. We cannot do every driveway in town when we plow those. Now, if there's an emergency vehicle that needs to get down to a certain street, you know, we just have them, they call us, we're there with a plow or whatever, and we'll do those streets. Once everything is said and done, then a lot of times then we'll try to go back to some of them streets. We'll do, you know, probably just a few blocks here and there trying to get things that way there we can open up driveways. But if we would have done that, there was 3-foot drifts that was going in front of everybody's driveway. We don't have the manpower or the equipment to do all that. So, but other than that, was fixed to start a wheelchair ramp there in front of the Methodist Church. They asked to put one in there. They got, I guess, several handicapped people in wheelchairs. Good thing we didn't start that yet, but then we was down on Dog Pound today. We put put a pipe in for that drive entry out there, so it's ready. Whenever they do an asphalt overlay, then they can just come right through and do that one. We're gonna start working tomorrow morning with Dale from Infrastructure. We're gonna start working on our street overlay, go ahead and get it started, get it going, and then any other drainage and stuff that we have. But other than that, we got enough to stay busy. Pothole Friday's coming up, so if you got anything, just send me an email, send me a text, and we'll try to get her covered. I don't think there's anything else I got. I got any questions, or?
Elliott Street project. I know you all.
Yeah, we did a final walkthrough today, and there's some things that he's gonna have to come back and do. Lower a few of the drop-ins that's down through there that's a little bit high. Few repairs for the dirt, so we had some humps and stuff out there that was in the way of water draining. But we did a walkthrough for probably a good hour and a half today. We got it all picked up. But other than that, it's completed, so. Yeah.
What is the next, I know there's quite a few projects that we could name, but what do you feel is gonna be the next big project that we're gonna try to tackle in regards to streets and drainage and whatnot? I know there's North Elliott at the corner. I know there's a few others, but.
So we've talked about, some of these they'll do, some we'll have to contract out. We went over today with Dale and walked 14th Street in front of the apartments. We talked about that. Told him to go ahead and start looking at that one. We've got Cemetery Hill, where the rocks are sliding there pretty bad, and that's getting worse. Dale's given some preliminary concepts for that. We talked about Clayton Road. Clayton Road is one where Buddy's group could probably do some of the base work, but we'll have to sign another interlocal agreement to get the asphalt down. Dog Pound Road, eventually that's gonna have to be bow-magged and completely redone. It's rough. We talked about some drainage issues throughout, sidewalks, across from east side. There's some, was that Orphan or whatever there? Yeah, there's a sidewalk through there. Been wanting to try to do something to it. I know utilities at one time, they were coming up, they was gonna do some work there, so we kinda held off on it. But that sidewalk, if we can get that fixed, then everything will go through. But I think we're gonna wind up having to be a little project. We're gonna try to put everything underground, where we can put the sidewalk back up on top. Or right now, the sidewalk it'll never stay, because it's, like I said, it's at a slope right now, and I've got all them trees, and everything that's in there, you'd have to remove all them trees, and then you got the roots and everything you gotta mess with, so. But that one there, and, I think there's that drainage over there off of, I think Carrie's address. There's that one with the Brookfield pipes. Terrace. Yeah, that pipe's all rusted out, and that bank's all washing out. We're gonna have to get back in through there. As far as I know, we got the easements over on the, I guess you'd say, the north side of the road, which that's the worst one parts anyway, but at least if we can get back in there and get those done, and then get those pipes across that road, get those replaced, and I think that'll take care of that drainage project in through theirs. And you guys went in last year, just so they know, everybody knows, you guys went in last year and cleaned up a lot of the debris down behind Dr. Rain's house where it swishtails back and forth through there, and the debris was building up, and I think that pile of wood's about the size of a mobile home. It's pretty massive It out was there. pretty good size, so it ought to help it, but also I won't forget, I want to thank Park Department. They come down and help us do sidewalks, and I want to leave Dusty and Don out. And the Utility Department, Travis called up, I see if we couldn't borrow a dump truck, and he ended up sending us down 2 or 3 guys, and like that one day, I didn't realize they had 3 skid steers, and they put their trailers on, and they just went to town. So I really appreciate them helping, because there was a lot to remove out there. And we had one truck that broke a leaf spring on it, so it was down. We finally got it fixed, and ordered 2 more loads of salt, because I don't want to be caught with my britches down, so. Yeah, we don't want that either.
The next time you're here will be March, and that's getting close to the rainy season. I keep having some people call and ask if we're gonna be able to get to Jefferson School area, Bryan, Ross, Irving, a little bit of Quiet, where it just a lot of it is just the drains have settled, and it's not pumping through there quite as good. I know that it'd probably be a massive overhaul to get it to where it drained like it's supposed to, but I didn't know if there was, you have 100 projects, I respect that. If there's any way, though, that at some points, maybe the ditches could get cleaned out to where at least maybe the water that is there could push out. But
Well, what we're running into, there's a lot of people, when you start dipping on their ditch out front, they get mad.
Yeah.
Which we have an easement, we have the right to go through and do it. But I know, like there on Bryan Street, there's a lot of concrete pipe that needs to be replaced. They're no longer on grade, I guess you would say. I know Ross Street's same way. There's some through there, but once we started dipping on it, then they would come out and throw a fit because
it hasn't happened since last spring, but like there was 4 people that called me on Irving Street because their house flooded, and it was bad. I mean, I sent pictures in for the street projects this year. I have told them that I will try to keep checking up on
we
it.
can talk about that in the morning too. Okay.
But
No, I understand. There's a lot, like on Irving Street.
long-term,
Bryan-
it's like a big project.
Yeah.
Short-term, there might be some small mitigation things that could be done.
No, I mean, if we do a project like that, I mean, again, with my guys, like, with 2, I've got 1 3-man, 1 2-man right now. I mean, that would take us forever to go through to do that, if we want to do a major drainage project for something like that. I'm not gonna say it's gonna guarantee and do it, because there's a lot of times as high as Irving Street is, it's higher than what their houses are, a lot of them. Well, so when that happens there, then that doesn't let the water funnel back down through. And some of the ditches are fairly deep in there. But I mean, if we want to look at doing a drainage project through there, I mean, we can start up there off Fairland Street there back behind, Lock Supply. I mean, that's where you got, Irving Street and Bryan right there. You can start there on each. We've gone through and we've replaced some pipes and stuff, but there's, again, when you shoot and grade, a lot of times there's not a lot of fall
Right.
in those. That's what we run into. A lot of times when.
It's the low spot, I think, for that area too. Is
Yeah.
Where some of that stuff is. I mean, like I said, I know it would be a massive overhaul on some of
Yeah.
it, so.
But I mean, if we don't look at some, I mean, I don't have a problem, I mean, if it'll help that area out. A lot of it's, in the areas back behind where there's not an alley or anything, most of it's utility easement, and there's a lot of times the water floods back here because there's no place for it to go back behind the house.
Right.
So, but no, I mean, I don't have a problem, I mean, just, we can bring it up and see how much money we have, and if we want to do a project like that, have a company come in and go through and replace them, put everything on grade, and
Well, and just make sure that the pipes are open in the middle of them, might be a big deal. No different than like that one on Elliott that had just collapsed in the middle and wouldn't
Yeah.
have water anymore. I mean, I'm sure that
And-
happened to some places.
And I've tried to tell people, I mean, again, if your pipe's not draining, don't just let it sit there, call us, let us know. Because a lot of times, I mean, we try to drive around and do it, because we've got that pipe hunter now that we can blow everything out, clean everything out of it. But if they'll just call and say, hey, my pipe's not draining, and see what,
Might be an easier fix than,
yeah.
Right.
So, but there's a lot of them, I mean, a lot of times people, they won't call but yeah, if they'll call, as soon as we can get on, we can get on it, so. Thank you. Thank you.
You.
City clerk, Hannah.
I've given you guys the report there in front of you, and I'm happy to report the December financials went out today. And I've also been going through our insurance schedules with the department heads, and we found some things to clean up, which is really exciting, and we're gonna save some money on that. Lisa's still working on processing payroll and has found some pretty exciting new features in Paylocity that she showed us today. Wasn't that awesome?
Yep.
Yes. Darla, she has been processing our vendor payments using the ACH, and it's starting to show where it's saving us time and money. She gave a little count today. She said that it's estimated that approximately $2 per check is being saved with the ACH payment system. We average at least 20 ACH payments per council, and since we started, we are saving around $80 to $100 a month with this system. We just got Express to come on board this afternoon, and they are one of our biggest mail-outs. So, that's exciting. Cheryl said code enforcement slowed down a little bit in the winter months, but there's several new builds and projects with the community development side, so she's very busy. Jay's still working on the agenda and minutes portion for all the department heads and staff to get that going. Everybody's been testing it out, and it's gonna be a great record keeper. And then our court clerk Donna, she's still training with Jay on her duties and records management. And Terry, there are no tort claims to report.
I'll have to say, the website, once you figure out it's actually easier to use. It's
We were
very
hoping
simple.
that would be the case.
It was a little quirky to figure out which button to push the first time, but after that, it was pretty easy.
Thank you for saying that. Jay would love to hear that.
And I think on that note, I want to make this announcement to everybody. If you're looking for the agenda packet, and you're looking for a council, go to council agendas. You have to put in the date, so click the little calendar and pull up the date of the meeting, and it'll pop right up. But what'll pop up is the agenda. If you go to, and I don't know, I talked to Jay, I don't know why it's this way, but the agenda packet is under the little speaker icon. So if you click that speaker icon, it'll pull up the packet. We've talked, and I think, eventually we might be able to get that changed, but that's where the packets
I
are.
think we'll be able to tweak some stuff.
Yeah, so,
For some of them, we'll have 2 dates, so it would show like a meeting. The same date is posted twice, and the date that doesn't have any of the icons to the right of it, if you click that, it also will take you to packets. But they're not all the meetings were like that, but some of them were where they had the packet agenda and something.
And it wasn't anything that had like an addendum? Sometimes
No.
the addendums,
Yeah.
okay. Good feedback, thank
Yep.
you.
yes, a lot of good work on that. If you haven't checked it out, please do. It's
Easier than having to go from, you used to have to point and click and get around from one page to the next.
Right.
It's all in one spot. You
And
just
that was the
find it.
whole intent on investing in this, time and effort is user-friendly, half a scroll and you've seen the whole landing page.
Right.
And a big deal is we are getting so many records requests now. We've never had as many as we have. And they can go and search stuff quickly now without us having to provide those items.
That's Chief's fault. No, to you. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, consent agenda. Do we need to pull any items off? I'm going to pull item E off.
E?
E as in Edward.
D.
Okay. E and D. So can I get a motion for A, B, C, F?
Motion.
I'll second.
I got a motion from Choya and a second from Brashears. You can call for the vote when you're ready.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Rushiers,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Trammell,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Item C. D, sorry, yep. Approve an expenditure in the amount of $17,686.79 to Stuart Martin Kubota of Broken Arrow for a commercial Kubota ZD1000 diesel mower with extended warranty and canopy to be paid from facilities capital outlay 44-445-5426. 9 other mowers were priced and compared across multiple dealers. See the attached comparison table. All prices are either Sourcewell or state contract. Do you have a motion?
I'll make a motion as stated.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion from Brown and a second from Brashears. If you guys haven't seen it already, I sent out a comparison chart, the one Terry made mention of last week. I did make some modifications after talking to this Stuart Martin, thank you. The original mower that was on there under Kubota where it says diesel is it's not a commercial. They call it a pro-mercial, which is for like the guy with a big pretty lawn. And so he said that really wasn't the direction that we needed to go. It was more fluff and residential than other. He suggested this for what we do and the amount of hours and the properties that we have. The ZD1000 is a commercial mower. And if you look under the warranty, it says X 2-year 1,400. For 1,400 extra, we can buy 2 years extended warranty that'll cover everything. That's been recommended pretty highly from all of the other individuals. It's a small price to pay for that, and that's all included in that 17,000. So the 1,200 is on there just for comparison's sake. The John Deere, it's up there. Skag and Hustler offered no diesels, but you can see all the engine models and stuff are on there. And on that, I will entertain any questions you guys have.
Yeah, so, what is the justification for asking for a brand-new mower for 18 grand?
The justification is that the one that we have, the only really good working mower that we have, belongs to Chief Cantrell in the police department. And it is, how many years old, Justin, do you know? 17 model, and it's costing us now more to operate than it is to operate and upkeep than it is to have.
Well, how long has that one been used for like facilities and all that?
Well, facilities was created last year.
Well, you know what I mean.
2 years, I mean, the last 2.5 years has been used for, I think we're doing the shelter, PD, OPD, range, so, last couple.
So with this, we've taken on additional, I mean, we're doing everything. Now, granted, we are dropping off the old PD, but that's, what, one pass? Yeah, so, and, you know, but the idea is that Gary is mowing a tremendous amount. We also have an agreement with the property owners for the green space across the street. So that acreage is technically by agreement, it's ours to upkeep and mow. And right now, the park and street guys have been jumping in, dropping projects to come help mow. So we can't have a mower that we're continually having to repair, that's wearing its age. And it's time, you know, as we go forward, the whole idea of the facilities department was to create basically a groundskeeping crew that could start, as we move forward in phases, start taking on some of that groundkeeping. That's why we're asking for a mower that is that, and you're not gonna find anything other than a Cub Cadet at Tractor Supply that's gonna be less than these prices that are listed here.
Mayor, you said that the cost to the old one is getting kind of
Yeah.
out of hand. Do you have any statistics on that? Do you have numbers?
Well, I know we replaced, a couple spindles this last year, and those were about 2,800 apiece, just for a spindle for that mower, that John Deere. We had some, pulleys, I can't remember everything we fixed on it, but it was, hydraulics were a problem, and it was frequently in the shop.
Is that kind of the normal thing to repair a machine like that, though? That's
Well,
been in
I-
such-
I got with P&K, and I requested some of their records, and I know Darla, thank you, Darla, by the way, for pulling the extra time to help me out with it, too. invoices that I'm getting, because P&K is the only one that's gonna work on a John Deere. If you go to Kubota or anywhere else, they're not gonna touch it, because it's not their product. But I've got invoices from basically back to 23 for right now, but there were some others that they provided. And everything that they're replacing on it, you're not really gonna have much a difference. A brand-new unit may push you off a year or two, but anything like a spindle, which this here, they're roughly about 180 to 200, you were probably talking a Hydra gear.
Yeah,
Is
probably.
what you were probably, the transmissions. I don't see anything for transmissions on here, other than just basic service of it. And, let's see. Basically, what I'm saying is, even if you buy a brand-new one, again, you might get a year or two, but you're still gonna have to start replacing all those things that will add up in cost. The second thing, I did go check it out today, and outside of a couple things that, again, they're just basic wear items that you would replace every so often, it fires right up and it goes.
Yeah, nobody ever said it didn't.
Yeah, but
That's not it. The point is, and I get all that. The point is, facilities needs a mower. This is a mower that belongs to the police department. You know, we put in the capital for this. That was all approved by you guys. We've done our research, we've got our pricing. Facilities has asked for a mower.
Basically, you're saying we need a second mower.
We do. I
Okay,
mean,
that's what the whole thing is, not to replace this one, it's we need a
Right.
second mower to be able to.
but keep in mind that as we go on, those repairs are gonna increase. Those things are, yeah, nobody's saying, Kenneth, that we're not gonna have normal wear and tear items that have to be replaced. Nobody's saying we're not gonna mow over something and bust a blade or something. That's not what we're saying. The point is, we need a mower that's dedicated for that we're not having to share or, you know, those kind of things. So facilities has asked, like every other department would. They followed the process correctly to make this capital purchase. We've done our research. That's what it is.
Mayor, what's the pros and cons or justification for diesel versus gas? Explain that.
So there were a few things, and when I talked to this Stuart Martin, his first question is, what are you mowing and how many hours are you mowing? And I said, well, we've got some rough acreage at our animal shelter, 8 or 9 acres, maybe, I don't know, you know, it's kind of a crapshoot on whoever's mowing. If I mow, it's never enough. If Trammell's mowing, it's double the amount. So, you know, whatever it is, we've got the soccer fields that we mow. The couple of times I did that, I did half of a soccer field, and it was 8 hours solid of mowing without a break. You've got the buildings around town, City Hall, the library. Fire does most of their own mowing, which, that's fine. They've got mowers for that. So, you know, the idea is, his recommendation was not a residential style mower, and really, you would get better use and service out of the diesel. That was his recommendation.
That's the salesman telling you that.
That is a salesman, 100%. But I'm not trying to be a pill about this, but there's a reason I provided you guys this information a week and a half ago, so that you had it to know. So, you know, my thing is, we can pick it apart all day long, Kenneth. We either need to buy them the mower, or we need to tell them they're not getting a mower. That's,
Can't we discuss it a little bit more, Mayor, and
well, we can.
some other,
That's what I'm
your
wondering.
way or no way? I mean,
That's not what I'm saying, Bruce.
what you just said.
No, I'm saying we need to decide if we're gonna buy them one. We don't, I mean,
Well, can we decide to buy a gas instead of a diesel?
you have all the information in front of you. My recommendation is, if it offers an extended warranty, we consider the extended warranty.
Now, is the police gonna still mow the animal shelter out there, and they're gonna mow other places?
The police have not been mowing. Gary mowed that most of last year.
Okay, why not use their lawnmower then? They're not gonna need it, and we won't have to buy one.
Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, really, the question is, Gary loads this thing up in the morning and he mows for 8 hours. He's not trying to do anything sneaky or under whatever.
So I'll just speak on behalf of our mower that's there. It's got a lot of problems. It was always out there at John Deere trying to get fixed, took forever. It would come back, it wouldn't work right. There's a lot of problems with that mower. So there
Kenneth
is
pulled a
issues.
bunch of bills on that. Did it show all that much trouble with it, Kenneth?
Well, mean, it showed a couple repairs over the last few years.
We've taken it out there a bunch, just since I've been here.
So is this gonna be a trade-in from that mower to this one, new one?
No,
Okay.
no.
Well,
What you're basically saying though, Mr. Mayor, is you're needing two mowers to cover whatever you've got to cut.
not if you're not using one of them. The other one's gonna be in the shed.
Well, did you have something, Trammell, you wanted to say, or?
No, but the current mower is used at the fire, or at the police department as well, so it'll remain down there because fire mows that for us and maintain grounds there at the current emergency services facility. The mower they're talking about was being used or is being used currently at all different locations. When I was using it a few years ago, yeah, I had several problems with it. You get out there to mow, there's a short end or something else. I mean, the spindles and normal wear items, but that mower is 9 years old now. I mean, it's had some issues. There's been a lot of work done to it. Does it run? Yes, no question of that. But would it benefit the city to purchase a new one for all of the mowing that they're doing? Yes, because there's a lot of property they're mowing now versus what we were mowing with it before.
Have we looked into how much it would cost to outsource this?
That's my next question.
Yeah, so, for example, I don't have any hard numbers on that for the citywide, Mr. Trammell, but I will tell you that the rec center outsources their mowing. And when we took that contract last year, it was under the understanding that we may switch that over and have facility mow there as well, so that's potentially gonna be added to it, bless you.
And I bid that a few years ago just for our stuff, and it was extremely expensive. So it was like, no.
We
For
pay
your
about,
stuff, you mean
For the
animals?
shelter, for the OPD, for the
we
range.
pay about 1,600.
I can't remember what it was.
For the rec
it was
center.
that.
Rec center is about 1,600 a month.
I have two questions.
Yeah.
Is there anybody local that can work on the Kubota if we went with
Yes.
Kubota?
Yes, the only issue with the Kubota, why we're looking at the Broken Arrow dealership, Pryor dealership does not offer the Sourcewell pricing.
But they can do the service, so
They
it's
can
not,
do all the service.
we don't have to drive it to Tulsa
No,
to get it
we
worked
do
on.
not.
And then, I know we have the Giles property, and maybe some others, that I feel like we could send that out to bid for what is hayed off of that, and take that money and apply it towards recouping some of these costs, would be my thought on this. There's quite a bit of property that I've talked to some farmers around here that they would bid at it to be able to bale it. It may not be a lot of money, but it's something to throw back at it. And I think that, to be proper, I think we have to. I don't think that we can just give it to somebody to bale, but that's my 2 cents.
I would refer, I'm not a mower expert, I don't even claim to be, but Kenneth is. Kenneth, tell us what you're thinking. Diesel, gas, new, used.
Okay, so based on my understanding, the only reason you purchase diesel or something that is really high end, you do it either A, to make money on it, or B, I've got so much money that I just want to blow it, right? Most construction companies don't need a 3,500 Ram diesel, but they get it anyway. The other issue is that you have to think about service, parts availability, what's it gonna cost? My biggest apprehension with a diesel is, yeah, it might run well and it might last a while, but once you do have maintenance repairs on it, it is going to punch you in the gut. You get some knucklehead in 6 years that throws gas in it, tries to run it, you've just trashed your engine. The gas engines, yes, every single one of these is going to have problems. You give it 2 years, you give it 3 years, you're gonna be dumping money like nothing else. It's just like a car. You buy it and you do nothing but put money into it. The most feasible thing, in my opinion, would be if you're gonna get one, you get a gas because of cost of maintenance of it is much cheaper. You're less likely to screw it up by user error. And if you have to replace it, you can replace it at a fairly good cost. And ripping an engine off and throwing a new one on, again, is nothing like a car. It can take an hour worth of labor just to replace an engine, and they're all over the place. The other thing that, again, I would think that we would look at is if we really have that much acreage that we're going to mow and we're spending 15 to 20 grand on something that's just going to keep costing us and costing us and costing us and costing us, because again, in 6 to 8 years, we're gonna come right back here and say, well, now we need a new mower because that one is junk, diesel or not. You might as well look at trying to at least see what you can get for bid, and see what a lawn care company can do, because let them put the time and personnel and maintenance and wear and tear. I mean, we're not making money off of it, we're consuming it. And the only reason you do that is you have the money to do it, but the problem is this is the people's money, not ours. So that's just my 2 cents.
So the difference in gas, the Z700?
Z700's commercial. If
That's
you want to,
15,290.
Mhm.
And then the Z1000 that we're looking at is 17, so we're talking about
Well,
around $2,000 difference.
well, my suggestion would be the gasoline John Deere. That'd be my suggestion out of this, for all of those reasons that I stated. I'm not saying it is bar none the absolute best thing that you're ever gonna find, but given all those other issues that I mentioned, that would be the one that I would lean towards.
They have, are you saying that because of the parts on the John Deere or because of the motor? Because they have the same motor.
Well, I'm saying that just because you're looking at availability of service and parts in general, you're looking at the cost, the general cost of the item, all of those items that you're gonna replace. Everything that I've seen from Kubota, they're really good, but they are really expensive. Just a deck lift
So,
mechanism on a
let me
Kubota.
chime in here. Look,
Ridiculous.
let me stop you for a minute. I don't care. I provided this so you guys can make your educated decisions, right? My request is, the facilities department is the one that's gonna be using it. They've requested a Kubota. That's no different than if Chief Cantrell were to request this pistol over that pistol. We're not here to say they can have this brand, but not that brand. What we're looking at is, I want a commercial mower, I don't want a residential mower. And if we're gonna go with gas, that is fine. I don't care. The recommendations that I've gotten from talking to individuals, whether it's with the county or Dinsmore out at the trash dump and transfer station, he uses them. Their recommendations were they're awesome. They've not had problems with them. They love them. They've not even had the issues that you talk about with having a hard time getting the repairs. The repairs have been quick and easy. Their request is for a Kubota. If you want to go gas, I recommend the Z700 commercial with the $700 extended warranty. That gives us the exact same warranty that the gas John Deere does. And you're at, I mean, that's where you're at. So,
And you're at almost a 30-horse engine.
correct. So that's where I would say, listen, I'm just telling you, they've requested this. The recommendations were for what I proposed. If you guys want to approve the gas, that's fine. I don't care. But they're requesting this machinery.
Was there any reason given for Kubota or for diesel versus gas, one way or the other?
It was through the recommendations from the county guys that mow for the county that use those.
Okay.
And then an element of preference. So they did go out and they talked to, I can't remember his name, little gentleman that mows out at the fairgrounds. And they were highly recommended on that.
Is it Danny that mows that? Is he just in
Danny.
charge?
Danny.
No, the guy that works for Danny Hedrick. He's
Oh,
a
okay.
little bit younger. I can't remember his name. But yeah, Danny is.
So the way you're looking at this list, it shows that the gas is 31 horsepower. It's more than the other one.
Yeah, so I was saying it was more horsepower. It's 29 and a half horsepower.
Well, the reason for that is diesel engines, once you get above a certain horsepower, you have to have EPA stuff on them. So that's why they're gonna be limited. But, and I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, nobody from the county or from the Pryor Waste or anything. Pryor Waste is spending their own money. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. Anybody can do whatever they want. The debate over which is better, whatever. In my opinion, based off my experience, if you're looking at the overall cost of everything and what we're doing, That's what I would recommend. Now, I can ask, and again, no disrespect, but if I'm a department head for anybody, and I can ask for something, but it's our vote on what we're doing with taxpayer money. And we need to look at the overall cost of something and whether it's responsible enough when you look at a citizen and say, yes, I just approved $20,000 on a lawnmower. And so, I mean, that's just my 2 cents.
You know, to follow up with that, I'm gonna go back. How do we know how much it would cost to bid this out if we haven't even gone out and asked for quotes? I would say bundle it up into one big package. Maybe we'll get economies of scale with multiple properties. And let's see we don't need the mower tomorrow. It's still snow on the ground.
Well, that's
We
a
have time
good
to work
point.
on
We've got
this.
time. Let's get bids and see what it costs. If it's too much, and we go back to the mower route.
We've got tons of lawnmower companies here in town.
I know what, I mow for our church. And we have 4 acres, and we charge $7,000 for 4 acres, and we're cheaper than everybody else. Brandon Merritt mows for and he quoted a bid of $11,000 to mow that same 4 acres. Another gentleman quoted $9,200 to mow that same 4 acres.
Well, I'd sure like to see the bids on it and find out. Is that for a year?
That's it.
Probably
For seven
Probably the
months.
season.
7 months. $1,000 a month to mow it, and we're cheap.
If that's what you want, I will come back next council meeting with three bids, 3 estimates. Estimates is what I'll give you.
I would go out and ask tons of, I mean, we've got more than 3 companies here in town who mow.
That's what I'm saying. I'll come back, I say 3. I'll bring you back as many as you want. But
I'd say advertise in paper. We don't have a paper to advertise in anymore.
Yeah. Out of luck there.
So, going out for bids for mowing, and I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, or a good, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but that's not on the agenda for tonight.
No action would be.
Right. But we would need to decide and let the mayor know which exact properties and the acreage that they're gonna need to know
Yeah.
to do this, because we've got, again, we're adding Giles Park to the mix. There's other, I don't know, there's other things you need to decide.
I'm fully aware of what needs to be mowed and what's there. I don't,
I'm just telling these guys that.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense, but I don't need you guys to tell me what needs to be mowed. I've got that. I've mowed most of it myself.
I was just telling you what my bid was.
And I don't know how much
Not that I-
discussion we can have and still be legal with what we got posted on lawnmowers. But we talked about it before, and he mentioned a while ago, the hay baling. That could offset a bunch of money right there because we're giving that hay away. There's no telling how many bales Giles is producing.
The cemetery property and the Giles property, are those the only 2 that the city owns that has somebody baling hay on it right now?
Yes.
And do they pay for that baling? Or do we just let them do it to mow it?
No, there's been a long-standing agreement with James Hester for the Giles property.
Yeah.
And gosh, he's, 90-some-odd years old.
Is it close?
So that's not going to go on forever. And then the other one has been Sherman Weaver's been doing it for,
Cemetery?
yep. But he has jumped in at the last minute when we've needed him, never charged the city for any of that, and done that. So, there's a great expense when they go in and do that. That can all be discussed. We can bring that up in another council meeting. We have more than 6 months before that's something we really gotta get on, but. So what are we doing? We changing the motion to no action?
Tyler?
I've got the motion.
Cheers.
If it was up to me, I guess we'd probably just vote for it and figure out where it's at. But if at the same time, if we want to send it up for bid, then we can take no action. I don't.
But it might give us some more information if we did, one way or the other.
You're eventually gonna buy a lawnmower by sending it out for bids anyway. Or pay more than what the lawnmower would cost.
What about the guy to run it? What are you paying for him?
You're still paying.
Mayor, what's the PD's tractor or mower, what, is it gas or diesel?
It's gas.
Okay.
On the bids, I can tell you, I mean, you still go out for them, but I did that, and it's too high for us to do. I mean, I was like, we back up and then just trammel, we got through that year. I mean, it was very expensive.
I think you guys did that whenever we were having some budget issues. If I remember, it came up, and I think that,
Yeah, we couldn't afford it, it was too high.
I think Captain Trammell fell on the sword and said he would save the city costs and go do it.
Yeah, it was expensive.
Yeah.
I was looking for the bids, I can't find them on my phone, but I have them all the time.
Keep in mind, and I'm just throwing this out there for point of reference, when we mow the wreck, when we have it mowed, it's $1,600 to do the wreck. So
That's per mow?
it's, yeah, we, every time we cut a check to them, it's $1,690 some odd dollars,
And how many times a month do they mow?
twice,
Okay.
twice or as needed,
So one summer and you bought the mower, huh?
just saying.
Well, but you still have personnel costs, maintenance costs. I mean, it's gonna be expensive no matter which way you do it.
Yeah, but on the argument of that,
It's just-
whether,
it's more,
hang on, time out. Whether we put Gary on a mower or we put Gary doing something else, we're paying him either way. He's an employee. So what it does is it keeps people from, like Captain Trammell or his detectives or me or anybody else that's stepped up and done that mowing, it keeps them from having to do it. That's Gary's job. That's what Gary does during those months, is he mows.
What does he do besides mowing?
Oh my gosh, what does he? He has repaired ceiling panels, he fixes lights, he goes to every building and all those little maintenance things. If there's a leak in toilet, he is constantly running, doing stuff. So,
He does quite a bit of maintenance at the rec.
he does it at the rec, he does it at the library, he does it at the PD,
City Hall.
City Hall, the Graham Building. Gary's always running.
And we budgeted for this
Correct.
specifically? In
Yes.
this year's budget?
In the Capitol, we did.
So Tyler, you made the motion, it's your recommendation that we vote on this and get it either put to bed or do it tonight?
I mean, it would seem prudent to vote on this, and then if it fails, I guess we can
Okay.
circle the wagons and see where we need to go.
And do you want to
Change it to the,
stick with the motion on the gas or with the diesel, or for the gas, for a cheaper one?
okay with the gas.
What is the,
It's $2,000.
I'm trying to think about what I can ask for from the council without voting. Are we allowed to get a consensus on what they want the motion to be?
It's your motion.
Well, they were.
Well, I realize it's mine, but am I allowed to ask what they want? How they want the motion worded?
Holy council.
It's discussion,
It's
correct?
discussion, yeah, I mean, it's discussion, I guess so, without voting how they're going to vote on the motion.
Yeah, I don't care how they vote. I just want to know if they want me to put gas or diesel in the motion.
I think that's fine.
You would just need to change your motion to choose whichever mower and the price.
Correct. I just don't know what you want me to change your motion to, or what the motion needs to be changed to. So are we going with gas or diesel?
Me personally, I'll tell you my opinion. Me personally, if we're gonna vote on it, I would go for the gas one.
Okay,
This end would too.
on the Kubota,
Commercial.
yes, commercial.
Steve, what do
The-
you run?
I run a John Deere gas.
Gas?
Yeah, it's a small one, but I still run that.
Yeah, we don't need, Tyler, we don't need one that uses to your yard in it. We need to be a heavy-duty
Yeah,
commercial
absolutely.
mower.
It looks-
Absolutely.
Mine's geared to run to mow 2 acres, and I'm looking to buy another one because I'm,
Is the John Deere that's priced on here from the local dealer, P and K, or out?
Yeah.
Yes, that is P and K's price.
Well, the Z700 commercial under Kubota is also here, isn't it? Sourcewell?
Sourcewell, yeah.
It's from the local Kubota dealer?
No,
No, see,
Oh,
no,
okay, okay,
not Sourcewell, it's not our Kubota dealer.
okay.
Plus the diesel's got an extra for warranty on it, doesn't it?
That 700 does too, Bruce.
That's-
Well, and just be aware, when they say warranty, regardless of what you pay, warranties are, in regard to workmanship and material.
They'll exclude wear and tear items.
Right.
Yeah, so just be aware of that.
Yep.
I mean, I gave my suggestion, and that's what I would rather go with if we did one, but
Is the gas mower at John Deere commercial grade equivalent to the Kubota?
That was not information that John Deere gave me. So I can't answer that one.
I
It does
believe-
have a canopy on it, though. He can stay in the
I
shade.
believe it's a nice.
All of them are gonna have a canopy because we asked for the canopy. That's included in the price on all of them.
It's a 960, I believe, and those are the commercial grade. I mean, you start getting up into that, that's.
900s are all, on John Deere are all commercial.
Generally, yes.
Yeah.
I just want to say,
Then Tyler, I would think that if we're to get a gas, if the gas John Deere from a local dealer is the commercial one, then my personal recommendation would be that one. From the local.
Okay.
31 horse.
Is John Deere versus Kubota like Ford versus Chevy in its preference, or is there actual difference in them?
They're
One-
very
one's-
similar.
One's green and one's yellow, orange. That's the
I
only one.
have no, let me say this, I have no buy-in in either. I don't drive a John Deere or Kubota.
Yeah, I don't either.
And everybody that I have asked has a different, everybody's got a different preference.
Yes.
The preference here is that the one that's going to be using it has asked for the Kubota.
They both got good and bad about them. That's just the way it is.
Okay. So, heard two from John Deere down there. Anything down on this end?
Good with whatever you want to do.
Chase, did you want to say something?
But I mean, I would prefer the.
I was just going to say, when we were
Two gas-
meeting people who mowed, I mowed once last summer, and Chris Gontier made fun of me because he said I did circles instead of lines.
Did you work on that?
We'll see if I volunteer to mow again.
Did the grass go away? Did the grass go away?
Grass went away just fine. I
That's
thought.
good, yeah.
He and Terry Lamar both made fun of me.
I mean, it's not the space shuttle, that's all I can say.
I just want to say that I will not be making any motions the rest of the night.
You walked in that, didn't you?
Do we feel confident that a John Deere gas that is listed on here will do the job of what we're trying to accomplish?
I'll say this, we're gonna come back in 5 to 10 years, and they're gonna be asking for another one regardless if it's a John Deere, Kubota, Skag, or Hustler.
The good news for me, I won't be here in 5 years.
Me neither.
You have the recommendations. Is there,
Listen, my recommendations, like I said earlier, and many of you, we've talked about this in the past. You know, and I'm going to use PD, for example, when they bought their handguns. There was no, outside of Mr. Gontier, there was nobody that said, well, why are you getting that model? We like this brand.
Correction, I did.
Did you?
Yes. Because I
Got you.
the grip was such that Glock.
Okay, so I stand corrected.
Okay.
Maybe it was you. I don't remember. It
Mayor.
was this end.
Mayor.
Let me answer his
That was-
question
it was
real
a
quick.
lengthy discussion, whoever was involved there.
Here's my answer to Tyler's question. The recommendation from the one and the department head that is buying that for the Kubota. Never before have we said to Buddy that he can't get this tractor or that tractor. We've never told Frank he can have this one or that one. We've never questioned it. They've asked for this. I think the Z700 commercial would be fine. I'm not in favor of saying, yeah, we know you wanted that, so if you want one, you have to take the brand we want. My reference and my recommendation is the Z700 commercial if you're going with the gas.
okay.
I'm sorry.
One question on the warranty, real quick,
Mhm.
because it just says times 1 year, 700. I know that cost is included.
Yeah.
Is that only a 1-year warranty? Is that on top of whatever warranty?
It's on
comes
top
with?
of the warranty it comes with. That's extended warranty is an additional year.
And it's, do you know what it comes with
It's good,
originally?
everything but the.
2 or
wear and
3?
tear. I think they're 3.
Okay.
So the gas are 3, the diesels are 2.
So we would have
That's a
4,
four-year warranty.
essentially. That's all I wanted to make sure of. It's not a 1 year versus 4 years. Thank you.
Okay, and I'm gonna change my tune here, that as long, I don't care which brand it is, as long as it's the gas one.
Hang on, I need to change one thing. I saw,
I haven't even changed my motion, so do what you got.
I'm gonna correct myself on that those warranties are also an hour. So it's 2 years or X amount of hours, this or that. That extended warranty is for 1 year extended. So it's not for 1 year or 800 hours, it's 1 year extended.
One
So
week.
I
Okay.
want that to be important to you guys.
Thank you. Call me crazy. I'm going to leave my motion as it was. That's what you recommended. I'm sorry. I'm going to change it to the Z700 instead of the diesel.
Okay.
15,293.59. That includes the warranty, right?
That price is warranty and canopy.
Okay.
Now, which one?
That
you
is,
making?
The gas,
that is
The gas Kubota?
roughly
Kubota.
$1,350, $1,400 difference than the John Deere, just for anybody that's out there.
And just for reference, those canopies, I think, were $699 installed, so.
But it also comes with an extra year of warranty that the John Deere does not.
Correct.
If it's 3 year.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm glad I have notes over here.
Who had the second?
You're the second.
Brashears. Let's do this.
If I don't change my second, does someone else have to do it?
Yes.
Your motion,
To get to the vote, I'll change my second.
Thank you. Ready to vote, friends. Shropshire,
Yes.
Brashears,
No.
Tyler,
Yes.
Trammell,
No.
Steve,
yes.
Smith,
no.
Lamar,
Yes.
Thank you. Believe it or not, I do appreciate those conversations.
What was your totals?
4-3.
4-3. 4 yeses, passed.
We're not off the consent agenda yet?
No,
Sorry.
it's okay. No, we're good. Item E, accept the resignation of Thomas Ethan Consine, Police Department, effective 2/13/26.
Motion.
Have a motion and a second from Brown and Brown. Steve had the motion, Tyler had the second. I just want to say Consine's leaving on a good note for personal reasons, and we appreciate his service.
Yep.
That's all.
Brashears,
We have to,
Yes.
accept it. Yes.
Was that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, she needs to hear.
Tyler,
Yes.
Trammell,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire.
Yes.
Okay. All right, mayor's agenda, mayor's report. Item A, there is one Scribner's error in there, and I'll read that as it is, and then I'll give the error. Discussion and possible action to hire Bryant Shaver as patrolman with the Pryor Creek Police Department, Range J, Step 1. That should be Step 2. Effective January 26, 2026, to fill the vacancy created by the resignation of Thomas Consine.
Motion.
Second.
Motion from Steve Brown and a second from Charles Trammell.
Question.
Yes.
Why step 2 is just step 1?
Because he's cleat certified.
Oh, okay. All right. How long has he been on?
It's 3 years as a jailer and then full-time, a little over a year.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So he worked as a jailer for 3 years. He's here in the audience, by the way. And this is to fill Lococo's spot. He's still, nothing's changed with, what we've talked about there. So it still puts us short, trying to catch up with
To be fair, it says in the agenda it's to replace Consine.
correct Constantine spot.
Constantine.
Yes, sorry. To replace Constantine's spot. we're still short. I mean, we've pulled Trent to patrol. He's not doing code enforcement except on the side. Billy's hurt, so that puts us down to 2 patrolmen during the day. And, Trent is the third, and we kind of filled it. So we're definitely thin in patrol.
When you say short,
Training-wise,
you're staffed, but everybody is either in field training or at cleat training, right?
minus the one now.
Like maybe mid-year, you'd probably be close to being without any.
A couple will be out in April, and then the rest probably July. It just takes so long through cleat, through the training, and, I mean, several law enforcement current that are here and understand the
I
struggles
just
are
mainly
real.
don't want people thinking that we're not hiring your positions. We
Correct.
are.
No,
There's a
yes,
process that-
they're in training,
Yes.
correct. So we have 4, 2 in cleat and 2 in FTO right now. So it's just getting everybody through the training is the,
We are with this still holding your manpower, just don't have them all here because we're in school and stuff, right?
yeah, holding to where we
Okay.
were
All right.
before, as far as we stopped.
What's the employment history of the applicant?
Worked for Delaware County, in the jail, and then on the street for a little bit of time. Went to the academy through Delaware, County Sheriff's Office, and then has been at Siloam about a year.
Okay, so we won't have to pay back
Correct,
Siloam or Delaware County for the cleat?
correct. We will not have to.
Further discussion? If there is none, we'll call for the vote.
Tyler,
Yes.
Trammell,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes,
Rushiers.
Yes.
Thank you.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right, thank you for being patient. Oh, you got to stay for the whole meeting, bud.
Oh, yeah.
That's our,
No, all right. Discussion and possible action regarding PRY 2402 Elliott Street Drainage Improvements, change order number 2, in the amount of $6,800 to J&S Construction. Do you have a motion?
Motion.
I got a motion from Steve Brown and a second from Choya. I've asked Dale to explain that change order.
You bet. Council, I think Buddy had talked about, we had final inspection out there at the project today. One of the things that this change order is addressing is how the side streets are draining into the new pipes. Before, there was concrete flumes that were going underneath the sidewalk. Speaking with staff, we'd rather have pipes that takes it from the other side of the sidewalk and dump it directly into these pipes. So that's basically what this change order is about.
is it because you failed to put it in the original plans?
The original plans had it a flume, a concrete flume, and it was a change that we was thinking was needing.
Well, as I understood, the contractor said that the drainage was not there, that you didn't have it in the plans, and so you had to go back and put it in the plan.
No, he's incorrect.
It's in the plans, Bruce. What we
It's-
went
it's in-
from is an open drainage to a closed drainage.
Yes.
And that closed drainage is gonna help keep some of the debris and stuff out of there.
Why was it there the first time?
I'm sorry?
Why was it there the first time?
The first time, it was an open flume going into a bar ditch.
Like
Once
this
we put
current.
the pipes in there, we wanted to direct flow directly into the pipes.
What I'm getting at, why didn't you put it that way the first time you did it, instead of having to come back and redo it again? See what I'm saying?
I mean,
Did
different
you make a
ways.
mistake on that?
I did not.
So you did it on purpose and then changed it on purpose?
No, both ways will drain the water.
Okay, why'd we make the second then?
This was an improved way to do it.
So we're paying them for changing it, is that right?
Well,
Are you getting money for the change order too?
I am not.
You don't get anything out of it?
I do not.
Okay.
And also, we got back the credit, a month or so ago, that 9,000. This comes basically from there. We're still under the original contract price.
Yes.
But
I didn't know anything about this project. I knew a little about it because it occurred whenever I was gone. So I did go back and pull up and watch the video, the minutes from it to see what the discussions were. And if I remember right, this whole project was 90,000 less than the next bidder, I think, if I remember right. I don't,
Yeah, it was quite a bit.
It was quite a bit lower.
maybe 100. Again, we are still, I hate having to see change orders come through because it does feel like that something was missed along the way. But as far as from the citizens, 6,800, when we did approve 9,000 last month, so we're still in a surplus of 3,000 on the job. And looking at the work, it looks way better than it has in the past, so I don't like seeing change orders, but I understand this. This is honestly cheaper whenever we were discussing it at the last meeting than I thought it was gonna be to fix this problem, so.
I will say 10th Street has drained a lot better
Yes.
this time with all the snow and ice.
And we're still,
I know you're still working on that.
we're still.
It looks a whole lot better than it did before.
So just kind of bring everybody up to some of the things that we talked about on the inspection today. There's a couple of those manholes that sit a little high yet. And so Dale's given recommendation to JNS to go and lower those, some as far as 6 inches. Some of those have dirt where they put the sod down and the dirt built up, and whatever reason, the dirt is still higher than the drainage points need to be. So we pointed those out. There's a couple of spots on 12th, I think, where the gentleman had driven through the almost dried concrete and did some damage to that. That's acknowledged, but that's still going back and forth with the insurance companies, but JNS will fix that when that is settled and done. So it may look like it's a haphazard job, but it's in an insurance set right now. Street's usable, it's just got a big chunk out of it. It's not a chunk that causes any kind of accidents or anything. There's a few spots where they were identified some changes that Buddy's group has agreed to kind of make some modifications to meet the plans that were there. Adding gravel where people are cutting the corners short. It's not anything that was deficient on the plan, it's just things that as you do these things, you realize there are other changes that will come with it. Couple places, we gotta pull some sod back, add some more dirt. Couple of drainages, we gotta put some curbs on, so Sam is JNS, he's agreed to do all of that. And then to secure the manhole covers so that they're secure.
I would say this construction crew did as good a job as I've seen, anybody we've hired, and they done it quick. They done it easy. I have no problem with what they've done.
When this is done, is the job complete and paid and we're done?
Once he gets done with the punch list items.
Okay. Do we expect another change order of that? We shouldn't, right? Because
No,
it's just fixing what the work is.
No, this should be it unless we make any more changes out there. I don't think there's anything else to do. The only thing I would look at is if 10th Street didn't drain after we make the additional improvements there. But,
Okay. Whether or not I like change orders or not, I appreciate that you come up here for our meetings, because I know you don't live close. And you sat here and answered the questions.
We're good.
So I'm appreciative of that.
McAllister, this guy lives in McAllister.
Right,
Yeah.
I thought it was Shakota, so.
So, all right, any further questions? We'll call for the vote.
Trammell,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Rushiers,
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
All right, discussion and possible action regarding an expenditure in the amount of $135,571.18 to JNS Construction for PRY 2402 Elliott Street Drainage Improvement Pay App Number 2, to be paid from Street and Drainage Projects Miscellaneous 141455092.
Motion.
Second.
A motion from Troy and a second from Steve. Dale, anything good on that? This is the one we held off on.
This is pay app number 2. We still got retainage held out of this, plus the 6,000 that was just approved. So there's still like 20,000 plus still held out of this project. But this is a progress payment for everything that just got installed right now.
No discussion, we'll call for the vote.
Steve,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire.
Yes.
Rushiers,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Trammell.
Yes.
Thank you, Dale.
Thanks.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow. Let's go to the addendum. Anybody need a break? Are we good? Okay. All right, we're gonna get the other items. We'll come back to the executive session, if you guys are okay with that. Item 3 on the addendum. Discussion and possible action to declare surplus the following item. 1, 2018 Ford Explorer XLT police vehicle, Unit 101, license plate CI38536, VIN number ending in 13796, currently assigned as a school resource officer vehicle.
Motion.
We have a motion from Steve,
I'll second.
a second from Choya. Discussion? As we get our new enterprise trucks in, the SROs will be in Ford trucks. Will be,
Have we looked at Chevys?
How about a Dodge?
OMG.
yeah, we actually did look at the Dodge and no. Listen here, guys, I appreciate you all, you're wonderful. Tyler, no, is the answer.
That was a good,
We'll be surplusing out the ones we have currently, so. No discussion, we'll call for the vote.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire.
yes.
Bashirs.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Trammell.
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
All right, discussion and possible action to sell the following surplus item to another government entity. 1, 2018 Ford Explorer XLT, police vehicle, Unit 101, license plate CI38536, VIN number ending in 13796. Let me get the right line here, to the Mays Emergency Services Trust Authority for the amount of $10,000 upon declaration of the vehicle as surplus, as authorization by Oklahoma law and the Pryor Creek ordinances governing the disposition of surplus municipal property contingent upon approval by the MESTA Board at its meeting scheduled for February 10th, 2026, with sale proceeds to be deposited into police equipment capital outlay 4444555424.
Motion.
Have a motion from Steve Brown,
I'll second again.
second from Choya.
So the way this,
How'd we come up with 10,000? Well, not 12.
so I was trying to do a fair market value and look at it, and I talked to several of the council members. MEST has worked with us in the past on things. 10,000 was an area that a couple of their board members thought they could, get through, and I thought it was gonna be fair market value for us as far as what we could get out of it. They approached me a while back, and then they approached me again, and we went over and looked at that one. That one's probably the best of the group that we have as far as them. So it's another agency that we work with on a daily basis, and they're trying to get an admin vehicle is what they're gonna use it for. So that was kind of the price range from looking at it. Now-
Is this the blue one?
Yes. Yeah, there's not, we maybe get more per Purple Wave, but we may get less. There's nothing that says you'll get more.
We don't get to help out a local agency, though.
Correct. This one helps somebody that helps us, all the time.
Still part of the city.
Yes.
So they're willing to buy this?
Yes. It'll
They
go
are,
before their
they're
board.
actually anxiously awaiting this vote, because I talked to them today.
Yeah, there were several of them that had approached about it.
They were worried that the vote wouldn't go through. I was like, I don't think there'll be any problem with it. But given the lawnmower discussion, I don't know. It's an issue, I don't know.
How did you ask them if they wanted a Chevrolet?
I didn't know that was on the table till today.
And the money goes back into that account for those leases that was what the surplus vehicles are for anyway. So it'll go back into that account for the lease trucks and Explorers.
I know it says contingent, their board's on board with this.
Correct, yeah. It's their,
All right, call for the vote.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire.
Yes.
Bashirs.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Trammell.
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, item 5. There's an asterisk on that. Do you know what that asterisk is about? It's in bright pink ink.
Signatures.
Okay. Discussion and possible action regarding the mayor signing the interlocal agreement with Mays County for the gravel and asphalt work done at the police shooting range.
Motion.
Motion from Joya.
Second.
From Steve Brown. I need to be very clear, thus far, the asphalt has not been done. The gravel is done, but that interlocal agreement that I sent to you guys or talked to you guys earlier last week about, so that they could get it back, since it's time sensitive. That gravel's already been put down. I think it was $5,900 in gravel for that, and that will all initially be paid for by, there's a PO in there for the street department to pay that, and then the EDTA has the funds for the range, so it'll all be reimbursed. So it's kind of a moot point, but the agreement with the county is, again, the same agreement that we had for Old Highway 20, just changed the location to the shooting range. Okay, no discussion? Call for the vote.
Shropshire.
Yes.
Rushiers.
Yes.
Tyler.
Abstain.
Trammell.
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Lamar.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Item 6, discussion and possible action regarding an expenditure in the amount of, $13,170.85 to American Legal Publishing Corporation for the final billing of ordinance recodification from general dues and subscriptions account 02-201-5032.
Motion.
We have a motion from Choya.
Second.
Is that you, Charles?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Charles has the second. This was supposed to be initially last
Long time ago.
fiscal year, but just all the changes we had, and things that had happened with legal and things like that, it's finally done, and we have the hard copies came in this last week, so we need to make the final payment on that. Okay, no further discussion? Call for the vote?
Rushiers.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Trammell.
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Lamar.
Yes.
Shropshire.
Yes.
And I want to thank Chase for countless hours and
It was awful.
countless amount of billing that he sent us. So, thank you for that, Chase. Discussion and possible action regarding an expenditure in the amount of $5,419.51 to Pryor Stone for gravel for the police shooting range from street surplus materials, account 141455031.
Motion.
Motion from Choya,
Second.
second from Bruce. Discussion. Call for the vote.
Tyler.
Yes, I'm going to abstain.
Oh.
Sorry.
Trammell.
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Lamar.
Yes.
Shropshire.
Yes.
Rushiers.
Yes.
And just for information's sake on that one, they put down 6 inches of gravel, and they'll do 4 inches of asphalt.
And it's close to being done.
They're waiting on weather.
I mean, not just that project, the entire project is.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some
concrete work, but.
some concrete work and then some work on the ranges. And I will.
Closer than it was.
It's a heck of a lot closer, and it looks good. Bruce has been out there to see it. And then also God, maybe I'm gonna get shot for this one, but the rifle range needs to be mowed.
What kind of mower would you like to mow it with?
That's not on the agenda.
Well,
All right.
I suggest you use a brush hog, not that Kubota.
It's gonna have to be brush hogged. It's pretty tall. All right, discussion and possible action regarding mayor to sign an agreement with Rainbow Fireworks to secure the date of July 4th, 26 for the 2026 Freedom Fest Fireworks Show. EDTA funds will be used for the $1,000 deposit required.
Motion.
Have a motion from Charles,
I'll second.
second from Choya. We got to lock the date in. EDTA has approved everything on their side. They will be paying the deposit and ultimately for the whole thing. We've still got
Excuse me.
half of our show from last year is still there. And so Rainbow Fireworks has requested that we get that date locked in. So I just need to sign the agreement on that.
They're gonna mow the grass before lighting off
That's
fireworks?
That wasn't a problem they had. They did a great job last year. So
You'll do it with that new Kubota.
I know, my only comment is, you had spoken previously about coordinating with the other cities so that we're all not stepping on each other's toes to try to share the crowds. I'm assuming you've done that. But-
Yeah, so that'll be a conversation I have with our neighbor to the east later this week. But, you know, last year we went in, or when we started Freedom Fest, and then even up to literally the week of the 4th of July last year, we did have an agreement that we would alternate back and forth each time. And that other city decided they were going to do it on the,
Okay.
so. at
We
that
can't
point-
control that at the end
No,
of the
and
day,
it- this is, you know, in my opinion, for this one, this is a monumental 4th of July. It's a commemorative one. So we're gonna put on the best Freedom Fest that we can. We're gonna do it on the 4th. And then the discussion has been that we being the EDTA chair and myself have talked, we may look at something going forward where we just take that Saturday. The Saturday of the 4th is gonna be ours. So that's not set in stone, but for this year, we're totally taking the 4th. It's our show, so. Call for the vote?
Trammell,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Rushiers,
Yes.
Tyler.
yes.
I'm let's hit up the city attorney's report, and then we'll do that executive session. So, all right, item 6A, second reading, discussion and possible approval of an ordinance of the city of Pryor Creek, construction and operation of a I'm sorry, I missed a whole line. Pryor Creek, Oklahoma, granting a non-exclusive permit to Clarity Telecom LLC, DBA Blue Peak, for the construction and operation of a cable system. Note, a vote of the majority of all the members of the council shall be required for the final passage of this ordinance pursuant to 11-102. If passed, this ordinance shall be published once in a newspaper general circulation in the city of Pryor and shall not take effect until 30 days after such publication pursuant to section 20 and 65 of the charter of the city of Pryor Creek, Oklahoma.
Motion.
I have a motion from Steve,
I'll second.
second from Tyler. I do want to let everybody know, I've talked to Mr. Lamar and I believe, I could be wrong, did we talk about my conversation with the 5 items? No, it's Charles, you and I have talked about that. I've told him to take the 5 locations completely off the table. That's not to be brought up again, that won't be there. Correspondence between Chase and Desi and I, that meeting still needs to take place to talk about some of the other things and lock down details. I did go through the other franchise agreements that we have in regards to the duration of the agreement, and the wording that we have in our other franchise agreement with Charter, or with Cox, is as follows. It says, "This non-exclusive agreement shall take effect upon approval hereof by Cox and by the city council of the city, and be effective for a term of 10 years thereafter. Prior to the end of this term, the parties agree to enter into good faith negotiations regarding a possible renewal and/or modification and/or extension of this agreement." I think to keep all of our franchise agreements amenable to each other so that one isn't trumping another, I think my recommendation would be that we go with that exact wording. That's just what we want. And I did send that to Chase today. I don't know, I'm sorry, it was kind of today, but
Yeah, I saw it.
I will say, just transparency's sake, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I want it. In the agreements that formerly the city had with Vive, the agreement was that they did provide 50 meg of internet to the city for no cost. And that was 20-plus years in the running. So Blue Peak knows that that's not something we want on the table. So I think that gives any advantage to that away from Blue Peak. So we're not asking for that favor.
Okay, so Mayor?
Yep.
Based on your conversation with me today and based on what you just read, what's on the agenda that we're talking about is the second reading of an ordinance. And in this ordinance, it does not have that language changed. That needs to be stricken before we pass this second reading and changed.
Yeah, we need to edit it as the final reading for whatever you pass, for sure.
And language in 2.2, again, that deal about the one-year term, automatic renewal needs to come out. So,
Change it to that, if that's what you guys want to do, just change it to that wording.
That's where when we were talking, I said,
right.
we've got to
So,
have that meeting with Desi
But
to make it happen.
with getting the i's dotted and the t's crossed, that's not the language in this document that we're passing tonight. And so I want to make sure that that is not there, and that everybody knows that. It needs to be changed to the group.
I'm okay with that.
And I brought it up to the mayor when he and I were talking about this today, that the contract with Cox was a contract that was passed in 2021. I don't remember what month, but in 2021.
January of 2020.
And there was a lot of question and answer worksheets going back and forth between the city attorney, preparing them for the council about questions like this. And it might behoove us to get a copy of that for the council, because that might help us know questions and answers about this kind of thing in the future. But in that, it was a contract, it was not a ordinance. And that kind of put a light bulb
Is that because the ordinance already exists?
in with
Probably.
the mayor
should be an
that
ordinance.
he was going to talk to you about that and see if,
There should be an ordinance with that contract, so.
There's not in the vault.
So, I wasn't there, so I don't know
I
what
know.
happened, first of all. Typically, what you're gonna do is you're gonna pass an ordinance allowing the franchise to come in, and then you can enter into a contract, or the ordinance can preside as your contract, either one. I think this one, MUB is doing, they're negotiating for the contract in compliance with whatever you guys pass. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, that was before I got involved, but.
Yeah.
That's how I understand this is happening. So you're approving it under your ordinances for the franchise to come in, and then there will be a separate written agreement that everybody signs on it.
I mean, I feel more confident this way than just a signed agreement that doesn't have anything tied to it, so.
I think this is the proper way. I don't know what happened before. But
so if this is the second reading of this ordinance tonight, then what's the next step after that?
you can do one of two things. We can either make the changes and bring it back so you can see it, or you can approve it pursuant to the changes that were said, and we can just make those
We
changes.
still have the final reading to do.
Right, so when we get this in our packet for next time, then that paragraph should have that language deleted out of there. So I don't know why it's put back into the second reading again.
It's
We
not-
talked about it.
Let me correct you, Terry. It's not put back. That
It
meaning
never
still,
was changed.
right, but it wasn't put back. So don't make that comparison that it was taken out and put back. That's not, we haven't had that meeting, and that's what I told you earlier.
Right.
We have to have that meeting with Desi and his team in order to have that agreement. We can't just say, this is what it is, and you're gonna take it respectfully. We have that meeting, and then,
Well,
No, I will
I
tell you
guess
that-
my only concern is that I requested that be removed. And when we get the second reading, it never was removed in the language of editing it. So that was my concern, that it's not.
right. Or do you understand what I'm saying, though? When we have that meeting with Desi, then we can have that conversation with them that says, yes, and they'll say, pull it, and we can't just pull it. We have to have that meeting in order to present what has been agreed upon. Otherwise, it's not an agreement.
Well, the contract is the contract. The ordinance is a completely different document.
Right, but these contracts are written between two parties. And right now, we just have to have that meeting with them to be able to say, yes, we're taking it out. Once we have that, that's what'll be presented to you at the final reading.
Have we had, I know we haven't had a meeting.
Correct.
I've been a vocal supporter of this. But have we at least had conversations where we feel pretty confident that they're not gonna have any issues? I don't understand why
Yes.
they would care that we take out, don't give us 5 things.
No, they have already corresponded that they are 100% on board with that. That's not a,
And the auto renewal,
that's not gonna be a problem. We just have to have that conversation.
Wait a minute, you say it's not going to be a problem, but you haven't had the conversation yet.
We haven't had that meeting.
Okay.
We haven't had that meeting that we've got to have. So I'm not going to say 1,000% that they're not going to go, it's a deal breaker. When we have that meeting, now my correspondence with Desi back and forth, he's thumbs up on everything. So I don't see any reason for anything other than that.
I'm comfortable with saying pursuant to those changes.
I
Correct.
am 100% yes.
I just wanted to make sure, I realize a meeting hasn't happened and the formalities haven't been worked out, but as long as everybody's generally on board with it, I feel comfortable passing it that way. I didn't want to have to come back in here and be like, they dragged their feet, so that's my only
Well, he's the one
question
that's
for
going to
that.
be leading the meeting.
Yeah, yeah, we just haven't had the meeting yet. So that's whatever you guys want to do. If you want to pass it pursuant those, or you want to wait until
I
we
need
have
to
it.
change
If this
That's
looks like,
completely up to the board.
if this looks the same as all the previous ones, I'd be hard pressed to think that they would just say up and leave and not take the opportunity to come in with the
Yeah.
change, so.
Yeah, all of the other agreements that I read that we have, whether it's Cox or Vive, that verbiage has been time and time again approved
As
and
long as
signed
we don't
through.
think it's gonna be a brick wall, that's my only thing.
No,
As long
I
as the
don't think it's
conversation's
going to be a
occurred
brick
that
wall. I don't think it's going to be a brick wall. I think what would be a brick wall is if we were like, we want to renew this puppy every single year. They're not looking for that. These companies don't want to do yearly negotiations. But I think if we set that 10-year time like we did in the Cox and the other ones, we'll be okay. And that doesn't have that wording in there for auto renew. It has that 1 year prior to the expiration of the contract, we would meet and see if there's anything we need to change.
Do I need to change my motion from John Deere to Kubota?
Oh,
So your options are, you can either approve it pursuant those, or we can bring it back next meeting. Hopefully, we will have our meeting with them by then. We can tell you yay or nay and put it in writing. That's however you guys feel comfortable proceeding.
To be fair, our next meeting, the next time it's presented would be a final reading with the final updated contract, which,
Well, you can, I mean, you're required to have that many, you can have more, so you don't, does that make sense?
we have to vote on it one more time anyway, is what I'm saying, right?
Correct.
Which means it would have the changes in there. If it didn't, then obviously we could have those issues hashed out then. All we're doing is advancing it down the road.
Yeah, so all you need right now is a no action, really. Or you can approve it,
Okay.
because this is your second reading.
So
That's what this is.
But if we take no
change it-
action, we have to have another second reading.
If I change my second to, or my motion to what the current policy is,
I think your options are, you could do a no action, in which case this will be on the meeting for the next one. That'll give us time to have our meeting with them if you guys want to wait and see how that goes. Other options, approve it, in which case it's done pursuant to the changes discussed, assuming they're going to adopt. If they don't, obviously we'll be back. Other option is vote no, I guess, on everything.
If we,
Just say no, I'm not saying.
if we no action, we'll have to come back for a second and then another final reading. Would have, is
yes.
what,
I think the second is your final. It has to be twice. There's a first reading and then a second,
okay.
and you can vote at the second. So you can vote to approve tonight. I don't think you have to have
pursuant on changes.
pursuant to the changes. That's however you guys want to handle it. There's no right or wrong way to do that.
I want to make it clear to everybody that I am for this. I don't want to put a roadblock on the thing. However, all I ask is just that one sentence be removed that says no automatic renewal. That's all I
Yeah.
ask for.
So I just pulled up I sent that reminder out to Chase and Desi today, and I added that language, Terry, like I told you I would, in that email. And he just said that I'm good with taking out the free locations. If that's causing any concerns, no other worries on our end. So he has seen that I read to you, so, and he's still communicating with every other entity that's involved in this transaction after that, so I don't honestly foresee any issues.
I have an issue on my end for you. How can we get this published in the paper so that it can become effective and this could happen?
I think we have to do it in either Veneta or Claremore at this point.
Okay.
I will tell you, Tim reached out. He will publish if we want without charge, just so that it is published, but that's not our legal publication.
Right.
But he said he would do that.
I would, and we could publish in both Veneta and Claremore?
Yeah, we could. It'll cost more.
It's not a big deal, though.
We already published with Claremore, we've got it. We already
That
did
is
it.
where we're publishing now?
I think the last couple publications we did with Claremore for what they were only like $36. So it's not, I mean, we're talking minimal.
It's not
Yeah.
outrageous.
I can't tell you the price
Yeah.
right off the top of my head, so.
Signed that PO today, so I remember.
I didn't know that we'd cross that bridge into being able to publish things again, so.
Yeah, well, that's just what we're having to do. There's no way around it.
All right, so where are we at with our,
My motion will be to approve with modifications.
contingent on the modifications?
Yes.
Okay. And who had the second?
Tyler did.
Mm-mm.
No.
I've kept my mouth shut on that.
I have both Browns.
Yeah,
That's what I had.
Was it me?
yeah, it was.
Steve's first, Tyler's second.
Yeah, it was Brown and Associates, yeah.
I'll update it. I agree with the changes.
We're not gonna flog you.
Okay.
I don't understand that.
Steve,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Rushiers,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Trammell.
No.
All right. Now, we're gonna go back to that executive session on the addendum. A possible executive session for the purpose of confidential communications with attorney regarding collective bargaining contract negotiation pursuant to 25-307B4 and 10.
Motion.
Second.
Motion from Choi and a second from Brashears. Call for the vote.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Rushiers,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Trammell,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Mics are on.
Yates.
Mics are on.
Yeah.
Sharon Pryor, right?
Hot mic.
Actually, city attorney.
But she's still practicing.
Start talking bad about me.
My aim is a full-time hire.
Consider resuming regular session. No action taken during executive session.
Motion.
Second.
A motion from Rushiers and a second from Charles. Call for vote.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Rushiers,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Trammell,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Committee reports, budget and personnel.
10th of next month.
wait.
Next one?
Okay, skip.
Of this month.
Well, I can actually do the one that is, it's 10th also.
Yeah.
210.
Okay,
Madam Clerk.
ready now.
I sleep till then.
331, Charles and I were talking, we may need to have a special before then, though, since we didn't meet in December.
Street.
24th of February.
Have no unforeseeable. We have a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Charles and a second from Brown. Steve. Call for the vote.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Rushiers,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Trammell,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar.
Yes.
Okay, we will call to order the Pryor Public Works Authority. Item 2, approve the minutes of the January 2026 meeting.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion from Choya and a second from Brashears. You can call for the vote when you're ready.
Rushiers,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Trammell,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Item 3. Approve claims for purchase orders for the Pryor Public Works Authority through February 3rd, 2026.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion from Choya and a second from Brashears. You can call for the vote.
Tyler,
Yes.
Trammell,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Rushiers,
Yes.
And a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion from Brashears,
Second.
second from Steve Brown. When you're ready, you can call for the vote.
Trammell,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Rushiers,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
we are done.
All right.
Kill those mics.
Oh.